Really important to be on the lookout for if your child suddenly has a lot of new clothes that you can't explain where they came from. If they're coming home with tattoos that you've never seen before and they can't explain the meaning behind the tattoo. If you notice that your child is maybe sleeping in on Mondays and not going to school because they've maybe been trafficked all weekend and they're exhausted. These are all things to look for. And if you see those signs, you really need to make sure you're talking to your kids and helping them understand that they are not in trouble for any of this behavior that happened. It is because they're being coerced by someone else.
People who say, how could you not know where your child's at or what they're doing? Well, that's been going on since the beginning of time. Mom, I'm going to a movie with someone. You know, do you really know they went to that movie? Mom, I'm spending the night, with Colleen, and Colleen's spending the night with me, but where are they really spending the night? So it's really important for parents to have those conversations and know what their kids are doing. What party did they go to and what really happened at that party? Who were they really with? Because, as Colleen said, it's not their fault. None of this is their fault if it happens to them, or if they're being blackmailed by someone. There's help out there. There's resources and there's help, but we can't help them if we don't know about it.
And it's very hard for them to disclose if that's happening. If you think about the worst thing that ever happened to you in your life, and we asked you to share that with us right now, would you be able to do that? That's how kids feel when this kind of situation is part of their lives. It's very humiliating and embarrassing to have to talk about it, and it's out of their control. So, again, it's about having conversations with them and keeping that conversation open.
The schools are having huge issues with throwaway phones is what they basically are. So like a track phone type where you just go by the phone and by the minutes. Kids are walking around with multiple cell phones in their pocket for multiple reasons, and teachers are the ones that see that. They hide them from their parents. We get principals and teachers that are talking to us and saying, this is a huge problem. These throwaway phones are a huge problem at our school and we don't know what to do about it. They get a throwaway phone, or they borrow one from a friend, or if there's a predator who is
sends them a phone
in contact with them.
Yeah, really important tips that you need to know.
It's a heavy conversation to have and to listen to, but so critical. And you with 3 daughters, I'm always making sure you see these. I'm like, you watch this, Ashley.
Yeah, right when it started, she's like, you need to watch this because you have 3 kids. It really, sex trafficking is a term that I've heard about for a long time. And, and I thought my daughter she's in college in Jonesboro, and she's like, I'm really scared about, sex trafficking and things like that happening when she was just going away from home. And part of me thought, just hear about those kind of things. But the more that I've tried to educate myself about it, it happens anywhere, a lot more than you would think. We've had other guests that have been on the show, and they talk about how this really brought it home, that the corridor of Interstate 40 and just all of the different interstates that intersect through Arkansas really brings a lot of sex trafficking through our state, which we're like 3rd in the country. So it is something that we really need to pay attention to. We'll be right back.